Hello everyone. Recently I was going through my mutual fund transactions and realized that it has been 5 years since I started this journey. While there is still a long way to go, it took some time to read through this journey. So I crunched through the numbers and noticed some interesting things. Most of them are kind of obvious, but I feel we need constant reminders about these. So I'll walk you through these insights and in the end, I'll share my learnings. Let's begin. So I use Kuvera for investing in mutual funds. I have multiple funds in my portfolio, but today let's focus on one fund which is my favorite, and I know it's a favorite of many DIY investors, that is Parag Parikh Flexi Cap Fund. So here are my current investment details in Parag Parikh Fund. I invested a total of 6,74,687 rupees and its current value is 9,79,000 rupees. The XIRR comes to 20.59% and the absolute return comes to 45.14%. But this is not what I wanted to talk about. I was going through the transactions, and as you can see, I have more than 60 transactions starting from 26th May of 2020. I exported these transactions into an Excel sheet, and here are some insights. First, the amount invested. You can see that I constantly increase the SIP amount. I started with as low as 2,500 rupees per month 5 years back, and now I'm investing 20,000 per month. I followed a simple rule. I should increase the SIP amount at least in proportion to my salary, and if possible, even more. That's the reason why I'm investing 8x of what I have invested in the beginning. And for context, my salary became 7x during the same period. Next, the NAV over time. For those who are not aware, NAV stands for Net Asset Value of the mutual fund. It is the smallest unit of a mutual fund you can purchase. The lowest NAV was on 26 May 2020 and the highest NAV was on 25th June 2025. The highest is 3.6 times of the lowest. One more interesting observation is that the fund did not move much between July 2021 and March 2023. That is for almost 20 months. To be honest, I didn't even know this before. If I kept tracking the performance every other day, this would have definitely made me anxious and concerned. Next, the number of units bought over time. This doesn't help much since I constantly increase the SIP amount over time, so I plotted the units I would have purchased for rupees 1000 over time. As expected, in the early days I could have purchased a lot more units compared to present day. Also, it's quite obvious that this graph is inversely proportional to the NAV graph. I plotted these two in the same graph for better understanding. Next, I checked how the yearly summary looked like. The amount invested per year kept increasing since I constantly increased my SIPs, but there is an interesting trend in the units purchased per year. As you can see, even though I invested higher amount in 2024, I got less units compared to 2023. The reason becomes clear when we look at the average NAV per year. You see, the NAV of 2024 is 30% more than the 2023 NAV, whereas the amount invested is only 10% higher, hence the drop in number of units. Next, I compiled the top 5 worst buys and top 5 best buys. All the best buys are from 2020, which is also obvious, and when in the NAV was between 25 to 32 during this period. And the worst buys are in 2024 and 25. The NAV is ranging between 87 and 91. So I know 5 years is not a lot, but I consider this consistency and what I have achieved so far as a small step towards my goals. My key learnings from these 5 years of investing are: first, never stop your SIP based on market conditions. I know a friend who has stopped investing from the mid of 2020 since he felt that the market recovery was too quick, but he could enter the markets only again in 2023. Second, don't track your mutual funds every day. Your fund deserves at least 2 to 3 years of time for performance. You can check what's happening every quarter maybe, and for Parag Parikh funds you can attend the annual meeting. I guess it's the only fund house that does an AGM. Third, step up your SIP. Many suggest a 10% step up, but I follow a simple strategy of increasing SIP in proportion to the salary. Well, that's all from my end. If you have any queries or feedback, do let me know in the comments. Thank you.